Baby Jelly, it's Aurelia, and today we're celebrating reaching 100 subscribers a little bit late by creating a character together. And we'll be making a house for our character in Terraria later on. Before I get too chatty, I just wanted to say if I sound kind of weird, it's because I'm having a lot of allergies to my neighbor's cat. So if I'm kind of sniffly sounding, I'm sorry. Hopefully next time I'll be feeling better. Anyways, if you didn't know, I've made lots of polls on our community tab here on YouTube about this character, and I took the results of the polls to create this character. I'm thinking of doing this again. Maybe every 100 subscribers will do this sort of thing. I thought it was super fun and just a great way to connect with you guys. But before we get too into the video, I wanted to share some news with you. I plan to rebrand soon, so you'll see a new character instead of the one I've been using and drawing the most. I'm still Aurelia, of course, but I have a different plan for the look that I want the channel to have and who I want my character to be. I'm also considering moving my upload day to Sunday or Monday Central Time instead of Saturday. This would give me more time to prepare videos on the weekend instead of throughout the week. I would also schedule them so you'll always know when they'll be posted. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about our comb jelly character. She's come a long way. If you head over to our community tab and scroll down, you can see the progress of how she started with the polls changing, and her design changing with the polls. At first, the polls were tied, so I took that into account in the beginning and tried to combine different styles. As time went on, more people voted and the polls became more clear and our design changed. Our character's poll results were a female character, a character that is also a jellyfish, techwear or cyberpunk for the fashion, and the type of jellyfish we chose for our color scheme was a comb jellyfish. I really liked that comb jelly was selected for techwear, as comb jellies have a very distinct rainbow pattern that reminds me of a zipper, which I thought would go really well with the choice of techwear because techwear usually does have a lot of zippers and pockets and just storage for the designs. I want to say now that techwear is very different from what I'm used to drawing, but it was a fun challenge and a chance to experiment with colors and drawing something holographic. I don't think I nailed the holographic part, but I really wanted to try because of the shimmering part of the comb jelly. While we're talking about comb jellies, I wanted to share some information about them. Personally, I find the comb jelly to be quite beautiful and mysterious compared to other jellies. The comb jelly is an oval-shaped animal with 8 rows of tiny comb-like plates that it beats to move itself through the water. As it swims, the comb rows break up light to produce the shimmering rainbow effect we were talking about before. Something super interesting about comb jellies is that despite how fragile and delicate they are, they can expand their stomachs to hold prey nearly half their own size. For context, simply waving your hand through the water could destroy a comb jelly, so the fact that they're capable of expanding so much just really makes me think, wow. So our character is small but mighty, kind of like a Lisa Frank lion or something. Anyways, I hope you all love this character. I had a lot of fun creating her with your help, and oh, we forgot to name her. Please comment what you think her name should be. It would be cool if we could think of a name that suits the facts of comb jellies, but also how she looks. Before we head to Terraria, I wanted to thank you again and let you know that this art is free to use as a background or anything like that for all of my subscribers, just as a token of thanks from me. She is posted in our Discord and the art channel, and I'll be posting her to the community tab as well. Okay, let's go to Terraria. Okay, I have this idea of making her home in the sky under comb jelly clouds. I'm not sure how it will work, and we've run out of sky islands in Atlantica, so we'll have to make our own. I think it will look good between these two sky islands, so let's head that way. Looking back, I wish I would have just used an ice, I think it's called an ice wand. It lets you place ice blocks without, you know, attaching it to anything. I think it's supposed to be like an early game useful tool. I wouldn't say it's a weapon. It lets you place ice. So it can be a useful building tool if you just wanted to make a random sky island. You can place the ice block and then quickly attach a block to that ice before it breaks away. Just a useful tip that I wish I would have taken advantage of in the video. So we just painted the comb rose on. I really wanted to use gem spark wall, but when I tried, it wasn't having the glowing effect that I'd hoped for. I'm not sure if I have to activate them or not. Oh look, we made a little dinosaur. Now it kind of looks like a manta ray. What do you guys think of that? That's pretty funny. And on the map, it looks sort of like a smiley face right now. It's pretty cute. Oh, I was talking about gem spark wall before I got distracted. Sorry about that. I was saying, usually when you use gem spark wall or blocks, they have a glowing effect. If you use a wall behind a different block, it should make the block glow. I really wanted to do this for our clouds, so it looked more like a natural rainbow hitting the clouds, but when I went to do it, it wasn't working. I think I may need to uninstall and reinstall Terraria as it's been laggy for me anyways lately. So we simply painted the comb rose on, and I think it looks great anyways. A while back, I made a poll asking about whether or not I should share some of my personal-ish stories while drawing, and some of you voted yes. I thought maybe since we're playing Terraria, I'd share a little story about how I met Terraria. I do have many hours, over 1,200 in the game, and I consider it to be a game I truly love and can always come back to like an old friend. Basically, Terraria was introduced to me by some friends I had met through League of Legends when I was just a kid addicted to the internet, you know. And one day I was trying to get them to play League with me, but they had had enough League for the moment and we're all playing Terraria together. I ended up getting the game as soon as I could because they were having so much fun and I wanted to join in. So once I had the game, they invited me to their world and I want to say it was love at first sight. I was shocked by their more advanced worlds with builds, and I remember some kind of armory that they had made, and I was dying to build it myself. I didn't love the fighting aspect of the game back then, but I loved building. I would always build everything when I'd play with them, as most of them didn't really like building anyways. They didn't care if I spent all my time making houses for everyone and storage rooms and just organizing everything. So they'd give me their extra stuff when they'd come back from exploring the caverns and undergrounds, and I'd build the entire time we played, albeit not well at first. I started like many others have and will with an NPC tower, but as time went on, I'd play Terraria over and over by myself or with others, leaving my builds in other players' worlds and asking them to build on mine. I'm almost always the summoner class when I play. I feel like most people who enjoy building are that class, as it's easier to build when something else is protecting you. I love building traps, and I'm very sad that it was patched and not really a thing anymore, because I was looking forward to making tutorials and things about traps and wiring. I guess there's enough content for that anyways though. I'm not sure where I was taking the story. I feel like I'm just rambling now, so let's talk more about this house. So the idea that I had for her house originally, I wanted it to look kind of city-like, like an apartment or something modern, but the more that I tried, I felt like it just wasn't working, and I didn't want to force it because I feel like when I do that, it just makes the build look worse, and yeah, I just didn't want that for her house. So I ended up going for a more cottage type of vibe. I'm a big fan of pillars and like adding a little gap between the ground and the house, so I went ahead and did that. I really wanted to use lots of different colors at first, but because we already have the rainbow cone jellies above, I felt like that was enough of every color, and I went with more like dark deep blues and purples for her actual house so that it feels more like she's surrounded by water just from the colors that we're using. I think it turns out okay. I really wanted it to look kind of like cute and colorful, but not in an overwhelming way. Like, that's kind of why I switched what I was building, because I felt like it was kind of overwhelming before. I thought it was really cute how the roof is shaped like a moon jelly, and I used some stained glass to give it that little pattern from the moon jellyfish that I really love incorporating into everything. And on the map, I thought that it really was starting to look like a jellyfish for her roof, so I curved the shingles a bit to make it look a little more jelly-ish. And I think it adds a little something to the build. I went ahead and threw a little ladder to help her get to her bed because, I don't know, I didn't feel like doing stairs for her. I thought she would just teleport everywhere for some reason. Before we go, I wanted to say thank you again for your incredible support. It really means so much to me to be able to connect with you guys and just have fun together. I'd love to know what you guys thought of the design and the house. What did you think about it? Would you have done it differently? Let me know in the comments, and remember that the art from the beginning of the video will be posted in the Discord and the community tab here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Monday.